Hello everybody and welcome to What Others Won't. As mentioned in other videos, this platform was intended to help me share all those turbulences, all these little bumps in the road that I had to overcome in order to accomplish my goals. And the ultimate reason for that is to help you avoid some of these, as it's always easier to learn from others' mistakes and to make them yourself. At least that's what I think. Anyhow, today one thing that I wanted to discuss today was communication between physician and their clients, their patients. And I would like to know how many of you actually have or feel you have great communication with your physician, and that you're able to really discuss what really plagues you in terms of your overall health. I know a lot of us are really dealing with a lot of chronic disease and a lot of at least the fear of this disease, as multiple family members may have had, when it comes to strokes, hypertension, diabetes, heart failure, cancers. It turns out that we know now, based on our science, our research, that 95% of most of these chronic, or 95% of all chronic disease is actually preventable. There's only about 5% of these diseases that are completely dependent upon you having a certain gene and that gene being expressed. So the goal here is to be able to achieve that, right? Is to have the knowledge and the understanding, and then the fortitude to actually implement some of these changes that would lead you to better life and better outcomes. And that's where I feel that most people are underutilizing their physician. We all, as medically trained professionals, have the knowledge to really help our clients do this, but that's not what we're paid to do in medicine. Most physicians are paid by volume, and you have to accomplish so many visits in a certain amount of time in order to achieve your goals, so you can optimize your pay. And most of those visits have nothing to really do with outcome. Now, there is certain platforms now, there's certain avenues in medicine where they are paying for performance, meaning that there is some attempt in terms of having better outcomes for the clients, but there's still no clear, direct way to measure that in our current system, and having the physicians really benefit from it. There's some HMOs, as you know, where manage your resources, and then based on the overall outcome of the HMO financially, the physicians that are taking care of those patients will actually get bonused. Right? If the HMO makes money, then they spread some of the savings across to the doctors. But that really still has nothing to really do with patient outcome. So I'm trying to tell you this because I want to share with you what maybe you don't realize, because nobody will tell you this. Right? This is what we know as insiders in medicine, but it's not really in alignment with what we intended to be as doctors. Most of us went into medicine to really help our patients or live better lives and make better choices. And that's what I intend to do by sharing some of this information. I just recently read that cardiovascular disease, which was trending down as one of our causes of death, is now trending up again. At least it's not going down as fast as it was, and they think that it's actually on the rise. And the reason for this is obviously some of these chronic conditions, such as hypertension, diabetes, and obesity, which is a big problem in our culture, in our society, and actually worldwide. A lot of these conditions are also all preventable, as mentioned earlier, and that's completely dependent on chronic inflammation, which is directly related to the way we eat, our sleeping patterns, and stress. Right? And these are all things that, if you have a good relationship with your physician, they should be able to help you manage and change even just the slightest a bit some of these customs, some of these behaviors. Just a tiny shift would make a huge difference in your life. So I would love to hear how many of you feel that you have that kind of relationship with your physician, and if you don't, what do you think would make a difference, and how can we make this change happen for you? I said this platform is intended to address some of these issues that are difficult to discuss, or that people won't discuss really because it just doesn't benefit them. But I'm excited to hear what everybody has to say, and also if there's any other topics that you'd like to hear that I'm not covering so far, please let me know. I'll link all my information below. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you again soon.